Hey, welcome back in, all you DPC rebels. It's Dr. Shane. I'm back for another 5-minute magic tip on a Friday. I hope you're planning for a great weekend. Looking forward to having some fun, spend some time with the family, just taking it easy. Got a special magic tip for you guys today. Want to really share. The topic is, who is your DPC doctor? Doing a two-part series. Today we'll start out with some basic information, just basic definitions to think about with your DPC doctor. But want to dig into, what do you really know about your DPC doctor? This focus is a little bit more for benefits advisors and employers, CEOs, business owners. So I want you guys to really think about this. I'm trying to give you guys some really good tips here. So on a basic level, basic ground floor level, what is direct primary care? How does if you had to define it, how would you define it? Direct primary care, just the basic definition, is basically a membership primary care, right? So primary care paid by a monthly membership fee by the patient or an employer or a third party that's trying to help the patient, might be a grandparent or something like that. And it's totally outside of insurance. So there's some legal definitions out there. There's 30 plus states out there that have legal definitions of what direct primary care is. We're just talking about the basic level, what direct primary care is on the basic level. And it's just membership-based primary care outside of insurance. That's your base level. Don't deal with any kind of insurance. So I think of it like, I grew up in South Georgia, and anything that was a soda was called Coke. That's just the way it was in Georgia. It could be grape drink. It could be orange soda. It could be root beer. And you just call it, hey, give me one of those sodas. Give me one of those Cokes. We would say Coke. So that's just your basic, what is DPC, the ground level. So the next big question is, honestly, when you're looking as an employer, as a benefit advisor at DPC clinics to work with, what is the real heart and soul of DPC? What is the philosophy of DPC, the underground belief system? Not just, the basic definition, but really what's the soul of DPC? And really the soul to me is a mindset of independence, entrepreneurship, where physicians have this mindset of running a practice independently, doing the best thing for patients, and making that a business. So if you're an entrepreneur, you want to do the best you can for your customers, so they'll keep coming back and referring other people, and you'll have a good business. Same thing with direct primary care. The philosophy, the mindset is independent nature, entrepreneurial, doing the best you can to help your patients. So when I think about that, I think of everything we can try to do for the patient in the office, we try to do. So we reduce referrals, reduce imaging, reduce procedures outside of the office. We try to do as much as things as we can in the office, procedurally, injections, skin stuff, to basically have to send patients out or to get procedures, imaging, referral, is almost feels like we're almost failing the patient because we couldn't do enough here to help. So that mindset of doing the best we can do, keeping them out of the ER, keeping them out of urgent care, being available, email, texting, so they don't have to worry about getting medical care at other sources. So that's the lower level mindset, is for us, the deep seated mindset in direct primary care. And the question is, does your DPC doctor, the ones you're considering working with, do they have that deep heart and soul mindset of DPC, or what's their underlying philosophy? So it kind of gets a little bit deep there, but those are easy questions you can ask. What's your intent to try to take care of these patients? Next week on part 2, what I want to share with you guys is why this mindset, the entrepreneur independent mindset, matters to patients and why it matters to employers, why it should matter to benefits advisors. We're going to talk about that next week as we continue to figure out who your DPC doctor is. So hopefully this information is getting you guys thinking. I do talk about this a little bit in my book, and you can, I'll leave the link in the show notes if you want to find out more about my book. But you can find it at dpcmagic.com, dpcmagic.com, and talk about it in there. But really think about when you're working with DPC groups or DPC physician, what's their underlying philosophy and mindset. And because that's critical. We're going to talk about that next week, why that's important, and with a little bit of study from Gail Brecky, who did her dissertation on some DPC clinics. So I want to share that and next week with you guys. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Keep the